This is a 10-minute summary of Local Giving's Wales programme and the support that groups can access through it. So Local Giving supports groups with online fundraising, and online fundraising refers to anything where the income is raised digitally. This can be through the internet or through mobile, but Local Giving specifically focuses on helping groups raise money through internet giving. Local Giving itself is a not-for-profit that entirely focuses on helping charitable groups to explore online fundraising. Groups across the UK can sign up, but in certain areas of the UK there are programmes that offer additional support, and Wales is an area that does offer a whole extra programme of benefits as well. Online fundraising is a huge amount of income now UK-wide. 2.4 billion is being donated annually, so it's a quarter of all donations are now being made online. There's a really important income streams for groups to tap into, and online donations are also naturally higher than offline donations because people put their spare change in a donation bucket, but when donating online they'll always round up to the nearest pound, £5. It is naturally a higher gift as well. Every age range is also donating online now as well. It's quite an even spread, so kind of whoever a group is working with, wherever they're based, it's really relevant for them to look at properly. Through the Wales programme, charitable groups can receive a year of free help through Local Giving. That year starts when they sign up, and we are then able to support them with online fundraising. And that can be through email and phone support, it can be through face-to-face training, it can be through local training sessions that are held in every county. Every group can then have the means for individuals to support them through donations, through fundraising challenges, and through monthly donations as well. And I'll show you what they look like in a second. Every group also has access to gift aid, whether they're charity or not. So that is 25% extra that every group can look at getting. Every Wales group also has £200 of match funding, which means that the first £200 they raise is automatically doubled. So it makes it as easy as possible then for groups to start off, because even say £2 can become £4 or £4.50 with gift aid, and donations are just automatically doubled until that pot is used up. Every group has that to start with, but then throughout the year they can also access the match fund and prize campaigns that Local Giving delivers for UK-wide members. And they can be things such as having donations doubled at certain times, or encouraging people to do fundraisers or take part in certain things to unlock extra benefits for your group as well. To take part in the Wales programme, it's a very loose criteria. You just have to be not-for-profit, you have to benefit Wales in some way, and you need to have a bank account for us to transfer donations into. The Wales programme initially began in July 2016 and ran for 2 years, giving 250 groups a year of support. As of August 2018, we have just released another 100 places, and so an extra 100 groups are able to have support until those places run out. The image on the right of the slides here is an example of an online donation page. Essentially, you can put information about your group, you can put multiple images, you can give donation examples so that it's clear what, say, a £10 donation would go towards. And for someone to support you, they just click the relevant buttons and work their way through the very simple and quick donation process. Wales groups also have the means for people to donate to them in Welsh. At the bottom of every Local Giving page there is a Welsh flag, and when you click on that it will change Local Giving into Welsh there as well. So for example, on Welsh Group's donation page, it would change the Donate Now button to the same in Welsh. It would change our different titles to things in Welsh as well. Whatever text the group has entered themselves, that stays in whatever language they've entered it in. So if a group's written the whole page in English, it'll stay in English, so don't mistranslate anything. All of our bits will be turned to Welsh, so someone could go through the entire donation process then in Welsh, and that is something that you can offer as a group. When you click that Welsh flag, the link URL to your donation page will change as well, and so you can actually share a link to your page in Welsh and a page in English as well. Some groups would choose for their whole page to be bilingual, and if that's the case, they would write everything out English, Welsh, or the other way around, all the way through as well. But that is there for you, so you can at least offer people the means to donate in Welsh. Every group starts off by having that main donation page, but many groups will then often go on to make project pages to talk about particular aspects of their work, or also appeal pages, which are on the left here. Appeal pages are really great for fundraising for something in particular. They enable you to put a target against a specific thing that you're trying to raise money for at a specific time. They can also have videos on them, so you can really get a lot across in a video, more than you can in text. And with those appeal pages, you get all the money that's being raised as it's being raised. It's not one of those pages where you have to wait until the end to receive the money, and then you only get it if you perfectly hit the target. It's really flexible. You can play around with the target, with the amount of days you're giving yourself as well, to really help you reach that. And we can give loads of tips on having a really successful appeal. Lots of groups do really well for appeals because there's something that are timely, there's something that has that added sense of urgency because it's got a date against it there as well. Fundraiser pages then on the right are really useful as a source of income, and absolutely anyone can make you a fundraiser page. It could be someone within your group, but it could be any random member of the public as well. And again, they can choose their own target, their own challenge that they're wanting to use to raise money, whatever it is that they prefer. And fundraiser pages can also unlock your £200 match funding as well as appeal pages. It's wherever the donations come first that will be doubled as well. Fundraisers are generally a really healthy way forward. On average, there'll be 16 people that will support your fundraiser page that might not have directly given to you as a group. And that's because people are always willing to support a loved one who's doing something for a good cause, even if, say, they don't know about that cause or they're already supporting the causes they most care about. So in that sense, you can be benefiting from extra donors, from more people finding out about your work, and it's not actually taking up much of your time either because it's the fundraiser that's seeking those donors. Groups can fundraise in lots of different ways. We will support you to come up with ideas. It could be something like encouraging individuals to take part in existing fundraising events, things like marathons and runs that we see. It could be encouraging supporters to come up with their own fundraising ideas, absolutely anything from the smallest coffee morning to the biggest year-long challenge, as quirky as they like. Or you as a group could also come up with a fundraising challenge or event for people to take part in. If that's the case, it's really worthwhile planning it through so it doesn't take up the time. And we've got loads of local driven groups who've been really clever about coming up with their own events that are built on top of things they're already committed to doing, or turning a part of their work into a challenge so it's not an added burden for them as well. We offer annual match funds, as I mentioned. One example of this is Grow Your Tenor. So this happens typically every autumn, and it enables groups to unlock match funding. So the next time it'll come around will be in 2019. We've just finished it for 2018 this year. But essentially, it allowed groups to really encourage direct debit support. If someone signed up to a direct debit for the group in Grow Your Tenor, then we would automatically double that group's monthly donation 6 out of the following 12 months. So it means it's the best time ever to ask for that monthly support. It means that they're going to be encouraged to stay with you solidly throughout that 12 months to see their donation doubled. And that will then mean that they're likely to stay with you then for a number of years because they've been able to see that, that benefit, and they might realise that they're not going to miss that small donation that they can continue to give you beyond that point as well. The other match funds we do throughout the year are, again, excuses for you to ask for support in particular ways, such as a perfect time to encourage fundraisers or a good time to launch appeals, things like that as well. We'll always announce them ahead of time, and we always give groups loads of resources to promote what that campaign is, so it can really save you time in getting the word out as well. Local Giving does take a 5% commission on donations, the same as many other local giving, other online donation platforms. With that though, we give groups that aren't registered charities are getting gift aid to us anyway, and they can't get that elsewhere. So they might be losing 5%, but they're gaining 25% extra anyway. Groups that are registered charities and will be getting gift aid anyway, will always aim to give every group, hundreds if not thousands of pounds more of match funding throughout the year that they can access as well. And obviously you get all the free support and all the training along with that. As a Wales group, you're in really good company. We have groups that cover every county in Wales, every cause under the sun. So in that sense, there's probably someone else that's gone through a particular issue if you're facing something as well, and we can share examples and help you to find the best practice in working through that issue as well. The groups that are already signed up to the Wales programme, over 300 now, are really finding that they're seeing the benefits of that income, that they are really feeling confident now with online fundraising as well. And then just to share one example with you of a group who've done really well through the Wales programme. So this is a group that offer a mentoring scheme. They were very much surviving hand to mouth when we met with them and they signed up for the program. They're now in their third year of membership, their first year being a free year with us. Paid membership is actually just £96 a year. So it means that you've got this free year to give it a go. It's risk free, and then you'll know perfectly by the end of the year whether it's worth you continuing as well. And hopefully you'll be able to see that you've unlocked loads of match funding, lots of gift aid, and had loads of donations that you just wouldn't have had otherwise. This group was very uncomfortable about asking individuals for money, so it was very much having that £200 match funding that made them feel that they could ask for support and gave them the confidence to do that. It was essentially a really good excuse for them to feel like they could get in touch with people. And then in their first month, they had 50 people support them, raised over £1,000, and instantly then the confidence is boosted. They can see it's worthwhile. Their trustees are behind them. They can see it's worthwhile. And then in a really healthy way, they divided up responsibilities. So one person was thanking donors, one person was making an appeal page, one person was doing social media posts. So it was only a tiny bit of work then for everyone. And they also fundraise regularly through their existing events. So things like they had a community cafe, they would regularly do free, say, afternoon tea events, and they would regularly then have a volunteer at the back of the room and say, if you'd like to give a small contribution towards today, you can go and speak to our volunteer who's got a tablet or a laptop, and they can help you with the donation process there as well if you'd just like to give us a little £2 donation. So they are just one example of a group who've done really well and how the program has really helped them come from not having support from individuals to now having it as a significant ongoing part of their income that's really helping them to be sustainable as well. If you have any questions at all about how to get started with online fundraising generally, what Local Giving's work is, or the Worlds programme and whether you're eligible to sign up and if there are still free places, then please do get in touch with us. My contact details are on the left down there and Local Giving's general contact details are on the right. But if you'd like to sign up straight away to the programme, then the link is there. It's just join.localgiving.org/Wales. Eventually you'll reach a payment section, and if you enter Wales 100 in the payment promo section, then that's a code that can get you that free year of help. But yeah, any questions at all, please do get in touch, and I hope this has been useful. Thank you.